let me first share the document with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get a copy of this to keep.
Awesome.
I'll share it on Discord because I happen to have that open right now, and then I don't have to minimize the screen.
Gotcha.
There we go. All right. So there's a couple things, just like we discussed last time in here. Some of it is just ideas for structures that you can do. Hi, kitten. Ideas for structures that you can do while bartending. Some of it is some posture stuff, things to emphasize in workouts, specific kind of supplementary exercises that you can do, and then kind of the tournament-specific stuff. By tournament-specific, I mean the game-specific stuff.
Yeah.
These are things, obviously, that you can also do, during your practice sessions so that they become second nature, you don't have to think about them, et cetera, et cetera. Let's start by kind of just briefly going over some of the things that I'm suggesting for kind of your non-gaming time, just like random stretches you can do anytime.
Yeah.
So hip flexor stretches are a good one. They are about opening up your hips. I should really just leave the chair at this point. So hip flexor stretches involve you basically being in a lunged position, focusing on pushing your back hip down and forward. So really opening up this part of your body.
Okay.
Just like any other stretch, that's something you want to hold for about 30 to 60 seconds at a time. My webcam is really not optimized for a standing version of me, unfortunately.
Oh, it's still going to be helpful. Yeah.
Hip flexor stretches are good. Standing hamstring stretches, even the kind where you're just bending towards your toes.
Yes.
But even better are the kind where you've got one foot out in front. Here we go. So one foot out in front, one leg back, so that you're emphasizing one leg at a time.
Okay.
Probably get a little bit more out of your hamstring that way. If you feel it more in your calf than in your hamstring, bend your knee a little bit.
Okay.
Standing quad stretches, not too difficult. Grab your foot. As long as you're not wearing like crazy heels or crazy boots, that stretch is going to be pretty easy.
Nope.
And then the other two that I suggested, they're nice ones for kind of calming your breathing, especially when you're like in the midst of a rush and you need like 5 seconds to yourself.
Right.
So the first one is called No Monies, because it looks like you're reaching into your pockets, taking your hands out and saying, I got no money. It's turning out like this as you take a deep breath in and then relaxing. Yep, so you're keeping your elbows right next to your sides. I really like this one when I'm tilting too, because it
feels good. Yeah.
And it just opens up your chest, encourages you to breathe a little deeper. That one also goes really well with this bicep stretch, which is, so I'm going to turn away from the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing with my hands.
Okay.
You're going to interlace your fingers. You're going to turn your palms out and down.
Okay, gotcha.
So you're here, and then you're taking your deep breaths here. Yes, hi, kitten. No, okay.
Big lover cat.
All right. There we are. So Cat can be here while we start talking about the next stuff.
Yeah.
The posture things that I was suggesting to include with your workouts, I'd recommend making sure you've got some rows in there, some lat pull downs, and an exercise called Push Up Plus, which is probably not one you've ever done in your life before.
Can't wait.
It's just a small addition to a push-up, or if you find that you don't really like how push-ups feel, you can just do the plus part of a push-up plus and get a benefit from it. Okay. This is the one that I mentioned was for your serratus anterior, that muscle that helps make sure that your shoulder blades are moving on your ribs the way they're meant to. No, please don't claw my chair. I really don't appreciate that very much. So it's more or less doing what we call protraction and retraction of your scapula. And protraction, retraction looks like rounding and then pulling back. I'm exaggerating a little bit. Sure. You're not going to obviously be doing like, full-on dance moves while you're doing it. Oh god, those are dorky mom dance moves, aren't they? Instead, it's when you go down into your push-up. Let's see if I can get this up high enough that you can see it. All right, I should be able to make this work. Now you're going to see my keyboard as well as, my push-up form. So I'm going to show you it, and I'm going to get back up and describe it, because I don't think you'll hear me too well on the mic if I just describe it while doing a push-up.
Okay.
So again, I'm exaggerating a little bit.
I see it.
But as you get to the top of the push-up, you're basically doing an extra push forward of just your shoulders.
Gotcha.
And Again, you don't have to round your back as much as I did. I just needed to exaggerate because my camera's a little bit far away from me.
Oh, well, that way I can see the form I'm supposed to look for. So.
And then I did also include in there a kind of, I put together a whole list with images and videos of just like random little exercises you might find helpful for working on upper back strength and stability. That's that one link at the bottom there.
I see it. I pulled it up.
Yes.
The Google Doc. So
our Patreon folks cannot see that, but that's because it's special just for players.
Appreciate it.
All right, so let's get to the meat of this, which would be the warm-up, break, and cool-down things that we're doing. Which I just realized I didn't bold like I normally do. All right, there we go. So, as we discussed, squats make your brain go, I am badass. So your warm-up starts with squats. 10 of them. Are you familiar with the acronym ATG?
No, I don't think so.
Ass to grass. So
nice.
full range
motion right.
Squats.
Of course. So essentially like
squats.
A sumo squat or
exactly.
Like
Get way the heck down there.
Yeah.
So you'll start out with 10 ass to grass squats. The goal of your warm-up is to progress from kind of a more systematic warm-up to a more specific warm-up. I have not had enough coffee today because I'm struggling with words right now. So you're going to do your 10 ass to grass squats. Then you're going to do 10 shoulder rolls in each direction, just getting your base warmed up. Yep.
Nice.
So 10 forward, 10 backwards, which always feels nice. You'll follow that up with wrist rolls. So you'll do 10 rolling out, followed by 10 rolling in. And you'll find that on some days you're able to get more roll out of your wrist than others, and that's okay. With all of these exercises and instructions, you are going within the range of motion you have available to you that day. Some days you're going to be tighter than others. That's all right.
Right.
Don't shove yourself just because you know, well, I have gone further before. No, go where your body is today. Then tendon glides, which kind of look like voguing. So your hand will be up like this. You're going to roll down, roll halfway up, make an L, roll it back, roll up. So roll down, roll halfway, make an L, come back up.
I like it.
Yep. Why are you eating my newspaper? I don't understand why you're eating my newspaper.
She just wants attention.
She really does. Actually, she really wants dinner. And the last thing you'll do for your warm-up is just 10 hands open, hand closed, far as you can spread them, tight as you can close them.
Nice.
So the reason that you do a warm-up and not just use, say, hand warmers is hand warmers are superficial heat. They'll bring blood flow to an area. They will make an area warmer, but they don't penetrate very deep. They don't warm up the muscle quite as much. And so you can get the same effect in terms of getting warmth and blood flow to an area by doing an exercise, which has the added benefit of actually making muscle move. Which you're kind of going to need to do when you're competing. I hope your muscles are moving.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's the warm-up. Ass to grass squats, shoulder rolls, wrist rolls, tendon glides, hand open and closed.
Perfect.
Any questions on that part?
No.
All right, on to your break stuff. I included no monies. I really like no monies, like I said, because they're not only good for a nice chest stretch and a way to engage your upper back muscles, but also because they force you to breathe a little slower, which that's what your break things should do. Especially at a tournament, the things you do on a break should be the kinds of things that like help you keep your focused mindset without going into like super duper stressed mindset.
Right.
Well, also not losing like, you don't want to use your competitive eggs. You don't want to be like, oh man, I'm so relaxed and chill now. That's counterproductive as well.
True.
You got to ride that kind of balance. So 10 no monies, followed by a 30-second hip flexor stretch on each side just to get you up and out of the chair. Change of position always helps. Also increases blood flow a little bit. And then a 30-second hamstring stretch on each side. And the hamstring stretch can be either sitting or standing, whatever you prefer, whatever's more comfortable, kind of whatever you have space for, really.
Gotcha.
Why are you eating the carpet? Cat, where's your laser? Better yet, there's your llama. I mean, you want your llama? Go get your llama. My cat is a llama toy. She loves it.
I love llama.
So your break time activity is the 10 no monies, followed by a hip flexor stretch for each side, followed by a hamstring stretch for each side. Remember, the hip flexor stretch is the one that you do in standing, kind of a lunged position. You can do that holding onto a chair for stability. Also to keep claiming a chair so that nobody else sits down in it and tries playing friendlies while you're just standing up and stretching.
Right. That's good.
Very important. And I do try to make these things that you can do in a limited space because I too go to tournaments. You've only got so
always
much.
Have it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you are defending your space as best you can here. And then the goal of your cool down isn't just to give your body time to recover, but also kind of let your brain reset a little bit. It's designed to be done slow and relaxed. And I have this particular cooldown for you in a sitting position. If you ever find that, you're getting bumped from your chair, you got to move on to something else really quickly. These can be done sitting on the floor.
Okay.
There's a modified version of all of these that we can do sitting on the floor. But we'll do the regular version in the chair first.
Awesome.
Seated twists, just use your armrests. 10 turns side to side, nice and slow and easy. Focusing on turning through your whole spine. So not just, pulling just through your low back or just through your upper back. Right. Rotating everything together, nice and smooth. And then we'll do 10 what's called, I call cat camels, or cat cows. So you start in just regular seated positioning. You're going to slump into terrible posture. And then you're going to arch, lift everything up.
Oh, so even chin.
Yep. Make sure you're not shoving your head too far back. Think of it as though somebody's pulling from your sternum. So first they're pushing back through your sternum, and then they're punching forward through your sternum. So it's more like you're lifting your chest than you're throwing your head back and baying at the moon. I guess that's the best. You've been punched, not turned into a wolf.
Right. Not yet.
And the last one is a piriformis stretch. It's a stretch of a particular butt muscle that tends to get tight on those of us who sit for a long period of time, especially when we sit for a long period of time after a day that is less active in general. So the version that you can do sitting in a chair. There we go. Cat is joining in now.
Yes.
So take one ankle, cross it across your knee. This right here may well be enough of a stretch if you're feeling particularly tight. If it is not enough of a stretch, you can push down through your knee a little bit. Don't push right on the knee joint. I tend to push right above it, kind of on the thigh.
Gotcha.
If that's enough of a stretch, excellent. Stay right there. If it is not enough of a stretch, you can also tilt forward at the hips.
Ooh, that feels good.
Ooh. There's just also a good bar one, especially because of how much your hips and glutes are engaged when you're standing for really prolonged periods. Piriformis is one that gets tight when you're in a sustained position, so sitting or standing for a long period of time. I am going to show you the modification of doing these on the ground, though obviously on the ground is kind of last resort because you'd rather not be on the ground at tournaments, but sometimes it happens. So the seated twists. Cat, I'm going to need that space, please.
She's smart. Aww.
All right, she's showing you how to do spinal twist, the cat version.
Great form. Very great form.
Here, you can have the chair. How about that? Better? Okay. So from here, you're going to be bringing your knee from side to side rather than bringing your back from side to side.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Followed by your cat camels. I will warn you, doing cat camels on the ground is going to make you look a lot more ridiculous because you're going to do it in a quadruped on all fours position. You can also do it in standing, but if you want to look ridiculous, that's the way to go. And then your piriformis stretch is pretty simple on the ground because you're just sitting in that crossed position and either leaning forward and pushing the knee down. What was that about?
She thinks you're playing.
Look, stretching is good for you. You can stretch now. Yes, you won. You are fierce and ferocious and terrifying. Can I have my hand back, please?
God,
you can either push the knee down here and lean forward, or you can lean back and pull the leg towards you instead.
Okay, yeah, you were slightly cut off, but I'm assuming.
Let me see if I can scoot back and show you.
Oh yeah, no problem. I just want to see the full form. Yep, gotcha.
There we go. Yes, you are a good kitten, and I promise I will feed you after this. I'm gonna need my chair back now, or I'm gonna sit on you. Do you want me to sit on you? Is that what's gonna happen? There we go. All right, so all of these are pretty quick. The break in particular, it is designed to take no more than like 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right, technically like 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay.
The cooldown is also quick, so you can get out of a space easily and quickly. And the warm-up that's the part that you can literally do anywhere. So odds are you're going to have space for it. If you don't have space for that, I don't know how you have space for playing, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, you could do it in your room before you go down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing you want to do like within 10 minutes of competing, just so you don't become cool afterwards. But you can also do it more than once, especially like on a tournament day. You're not just, playing and then playing and then playing and playing. You're playing your pools, and then you sit around for a while for your next round, and then maybe you play some bracket stuff. Maybe play a friendly in there in the meantime. And so you can do the warm up more than once. It isn't just do it at the beginning of the day and then it's over with.
You just want to shoot for within 10 minutes of your competitive match. Okay,
so you actually get the benefit of it.
Yeah.
So this is something that you're going to want to start doing for your practice sessions. You can do it at your locals. You can show off to other people and teach them all how to do it, or you can keep that proprietary information to yourself and, gain secret science benefits.
Right.
I know last tournament she was at, PTN ended up like running a mini stretching session for folks. She's like, here, let me show you what to do.
She's so great.
She really is. I'm so excited for her doing research. She's going to do great at it.
Yeah, she is. And she's already coaching people. She's been my phone a friend while I'm streaming. We've gone over stuff in a battle lounge and it's been really helpful.
Yeah.
I love Pierre. She and my husband have been friends for like 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Since DDR, they've known each other forever.
Oh, okay.
So, and then Street Fighter brought them, reconnected them. And then once I met her, she and I instantly hit it off.
I'm so not surprised that you guys hit it off.
Yeah. And she's incredible. She's my sister. I love her.
All right. So we've got a whole bunch of things in here. You've got your stuff you can do while bartending. You've got your posture stuff. You got the special secret posture sheet. You've got your warm up, you got your break, and you got your cool down. You absolutely have access to me even after your specific EXO Academy program ends. Shoot me a message anytime. I'm always happy to help with injury questions, performance questions. If we happen to be at the same tournament, let me know. I would love to meet you in person.
Oh, yeah. Wait, are you going to ECT?
I will not be at ECT this year.
No. Okay.
Sorry.
We will meet up. We
will absolutely meet up. It will happen. Yeah. But you've got kind of all of this in your toolbox now. You've got, the warmth that's going to kind of get everything flowing and then specify into the regions that you really need it to. You got your break that's going to keep your mindset and your muscles on point. And you got the cool down that's going to help you relax and unwind at the end of things.
Yep.
All right.
Perfect.
Any other questions?
Yeah, question for you. So
go for it.
I told you last week about like my weird like ankle situation here.
Yes.
So I wore compression socks Saturday and Sunday during my longer shifts, and then Sunday night I went to the gym after work, and I kept popping it whenever I felt the pressure, and then it kind of got real sensitive. Yesterday it hurt more than today. Today it's a little better, but it's just a dull pain now. I don't know if maybe squatting and running after it being a little agitated before that might have made it worse. There's no swelling, there's no bruising. It's just very dull, mild pain, kind of like ibuprofen every few hours. I iced it yesterday when I woke up, and that helped. And I soaked my feet in Epsom salt. So like,
Epsom salts.
Oh, I do too. It's a lifesaver. So I think it's gotten a little better. Do you think, I don't know, when it's sore, should I wear compression socks? Or when it's sore, should I let it breathe? And then like wear compression socks for preventative measure?
So I don't think you need to worry about the role of compression socks in it being sore or not sore. That is, I think wear the compression socks when you plan to wear them. That is for your shifts.
Yeah.
Because overall that's going to help you. I think when it comes to the ankle, you did hit on something pretty important. That maybe squatting and running on it when it was already a little irritated wasn't your best plan. That's one of those times that you can listen to your body and modify a little bit. Do a cardio form that's slightly less weight bearing. Maybe you make it an upper body day instead of a lower body day kind of deal.
Okay. Cool.
The likely culprit is most of the time when you're popping a joint, like we said, what's happening is you're creating that nitrogen bubble and then things are moving around it. Most likely what's happening is some things move that didn't like moving, alternately because you maybe had a little inflammation in there from standing for that long period of time, even with the compression socks.
Yeah.
There was just enough kind of, I guess, displacement would be the best way to put it, that things weren't where they needed to be to not get pinched when you were doing that popping motion. This definitely seems like the kind of thing that will calm down in fairly short order, considering it is already starting to calm down. I would continue with the things that help. Doing your ice, doing your compression socks to prevent inflammation like you have been doing. You can ice for up to 20 minutes out of every hour. You don't need to ice that often, but if you're going to be sitting there and not really doing anything with your feet anyway, why not?
Right.
It's not going to harm anything to have the ice on it, certainly. This seems like a minor acute irritation kind of deal. Obviously with the standard caveat that I can't diagnose your ankle problems over the computer because there's a whole bunch of things that I want to test, but I can't. But yeah, no, I would not worry about this as a serious and long-term thing, especially because you know from past experience that when you do the right things for it, that is when you wear your compression socks, when you wear the good supportive shoes, when you continue to do the stretching and activity that you know is good for you, it really calms back down and remains functional.
It does. So like tonight is usually a gym night. So I'm thinking, I don't know, I think running, like high interval running might hurt it more. So like maybe I should do plyos where I'm doing like plyo cardio, like step ups. I think that might be less irritable. I don't know.
So if you're doing plyos with jumping, it will be more irritating. If you're doing plyo
step ups.
If you're doing step ups, if you're doing like a stair climber or something, while you would be putting your foot in more flexion, it's a lot less force being pushed through the joint rather quickly. The other thing too, you could have a plan and a backup plan. You could be like, all right, I'm going to try out this plyo stuff. If it feels like it's starting to get more irritated, I'm going to back off and do like a high intensity interval training on cycling instead.
Okay. Yeah,
like you could do like, an indoor bike sprint interval kind of deal.
Yeah, we have assault bikes at my gym, so I could probably actually that would probably be ideal tonight. Yeah. Just because the pain is finally like I took ibuprofen yesterday every few hours and iced it when I woke up because it was very irritated. But yeah, it's feeling better today. I just don't want to push it. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, let's give it one day of being smart and listening to your body. And then carry on being smart and listening to your body, but pushing yourself again.
Right,
as of tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think to be safe. Yeah, we'll do that. Awesome.
All right.
And then and my last question was the no money. It's standing, right? And it's like this.
So so it's elbow stay. So you don't let your elbows come out, so you're not actually going into your pockets.
It just
so it's more like elbows stay right at your side, and you're just rotating. There you go. This is also known as the stick out your boobs exercise.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Because that's the motion.
Oh, the popping lessened because I was pretending there was a pencil along my spine. So that was super helpful. Good. When I'm mindful about like sticking my chest out when I'm doing biceps and like butterfly lifts, I wasn't feeling the tension.
When you lift through your chest and keep those shoulder blades back and together,
Well, chronic slouching, so like
turns out it's bad for us or something.
Yeah, but it feels so good.
It does feel so good.
Hard.
All right.
Feel better.
Any other questions for me?
That's it. Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome. Hit me up anytime. Can't wait to hear how things go for you.
I will keep you updated for sure.
All right.
So far, things have been getting so much improvement. And yeah, these are going to help because I'm going to do these now before my stream. So
go for it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.